Welcome everyone to GeForce Broadcast. This is actually going to be another system build. I know I haven't done one in a while, and I thought I'd throw one up real quick. It's mainly going to be focused on some of the newer games that are out right now. So this is mainly going to be focused on gaming, mainly specific Fallout 4 and the new Star Wars Battlefront that's getting ready to come out. And that being mentioned, it's a $1,300 build, but I have some killer components. There's some really good deals going on right now, especially with Black Friday right around the corner. There's a lot of things that I threw in here that are about a couple $100 cheaper than what you would actually normally pay for them. And I'll mention that when I get to those specific parts. That being said, I went with the trusty Core i5. This is the i5 6600K. That's what most people pick if you're doing mainly for gaming. No hyper-threading, so it's not going to be the best out there for any type of video or photo editing, but it'll still do those tasks extremely well. Just won't be as quick as if you get a 6-core or an 8-core processor. It's running $253, $254. You may be able to get it a little cheaper than that. Some deals are going on, but not by much. This is a new processor, DDR4 memory. That's the big benefit from this. And that's it. That's the processor I would choose, especially if you're just focusing on mainly gaming. For the motherboard, I went with Gigabyte GA-Z170XP-SLI Revision 1.0. That is a large mouthful, but it's running us about 120 bucks. There's a promo code you got to enter there, but this is a really good looking motherboard. All black, specifically all black, which is something I really like. There's no red or green or white. It's just going to be an all plain black motherboard, and I really don't focus on the higher end motherboards anymore. You don't get that much out of them unless you're looking to have some specific sound card or anything along that lines. I would just get what motherboard gets good reviews and personally you like. This is all black. It's a slick looking motherboard, and I really like Gigabyte's actually BIOS to actually overclock your system. They have it set up really well. They're really good motherboards. For the cooler, I went with Cooler Master Seidon 240M. This is a 240 millimeter cooler. It's an all-in-one liquid cooler. It's good reviews. It's 80 bucks, which is really why I picked it. It's a little bit older design, but it's a really good looking cooler. It's going to do much better than some of the air coolers out there, unless you're wanting to get into like a $100 Noctua air cooler. But this is going to make your system a little bit quieter. I would personally throw some Noctua fans or maybe some Cougar fans on there, something that's a little quieter than the fans that come with it. None of these systems really come with any good fans. Even Cooler Master, Corsair, they're all kind of loud, just generic fans. So I would throw some different fans on there, but that's what I would personally get if I was looking to cool the CPU. You'll be able to overclock it over 4 gigahertz extremely easily. It's clocked at 3.5, but you should be able to get over 4 easily depending on what type of die you actually get. For the memory, I actually went with the Kingston Fury HyperX. This is just general standard black memory, DDR4 2133 megahertz is the clock speed. It's running about 54 bucks. There was a little bit cheaper memory out there, but it was red. It's about $5 cheaper with some Ripjaws, but I didn't want to go with all red. I was trying to go with an all black, kind of a more minimal color scheme here. So if you want to customize things as you go, you can look into that if you're looking for a red build. It's a really good look at memory, and it's running about $5-6 bucks cheaper. But this is what I choose. It's the cheapest memory out there, honestly. It gets good reviews. It's a newer memory, just because DDR4 is really just starting to come into a decent price point where you can afford it. So that's the memory I chose. Now here's where one of my really good deals came from. This was the Mushkin Enhanced 512 gigabyte SSD for 130 bucks. That is cheap. That is really cheap for 512 gigabytes. It's not going to be the fastest drive out there. I will mention that. If you're looking for a fast drive, look for Intel, look for Samsung 850 Pro or the Intel 730 are great fast drives. But for 512 gigabytes for that price point, it's really hard to pass on that. Let's see how long the warranty is. 3-year warranty, so you're still getting a pretty decent warranty. But you'll be able to throw any games on there. For example, Fallout 4 right now, it's 25 gigabytes of memory to download it. Between that and my NBA 2K16, it's almost 100 gigabytes of memory just for 2 games. NBA 2K16 is I think it's like 50 gigabytes. So these games are massive. So get as large of storage capacity as you can. And I chose SSDs, so it'll be able to really easily and not be able to have to worry about anything. SSD will give us the ability to do insane fast stuff. And you're not gonna have to worry about any slowdowns that a standard hard drive will throw at you. I did throw a hard drive in there, maybe. Looks like it didn't load. Oh, there we go. It's the Western Digital 1 terabyte blue drive for $52. Honestly, get whatever one terabyte drive. Toshiba, Western Digital, Seagate, they both make extremely good drives. Even Hitachi makes a really nice standard 1 gigabyte drive. But these are reliable. This drive's been around for a long time. I'm running one similar to this. I'm running a red drive just because it was cheaper. Western Digital Red. So for $52, you're gonna get a 1 terabyte of storage space. Because if you do more than 5, 6, 7 games, you're gonna have to use this to throw some games on, and it'll allow you to just throw anything else you want to on it. Now this is where I think I got the best deal at. Some people may not like this, but it's the EVGA GeForce GTX 980. This is overall on EVGA's B stock, and they have a ton of graphics cards on there right now. Actually, my 780 that I'm running currently right now came from there. What these are is these are mainly just refurbished graphics cards, but the two I've ordered from there came looking exactly new. Came in new boxes, everything was there. I haven't had any problems with either of them. So for $360, you're gonna get a 980. If you want a 980 Ti, I think it is running at $579 is the cheapest 980 Ti, but I think for the price point, I think the 980 is the best deal. For $360, I would take it and run. Yes, you do only get a 1-year warranty. That's one downfall of this. But I would not hesitate to get this for that $360. You'll be able to do either one of those games, especially even at 1440p, even at 4K. I can game a little bit on 4K, depending on what game it is, on my 780. So the 980 should be no problem. So that's probably the highlight of this system, is that 980. And then over here, if you want to look at EVGA's B stock, they just put a ton of stuff in here. So if you're looking at getting a graphics card, this is the way I would go. I mean, you can get a 980 for $360, you can get a 970 for $250, you can get a 960 for $160. It's a great place to get graphics cards, especially if you don't want to spend a premium on them. For the case, I went with the Fractal Define R5 for $100. It's the best looking case out there for that price point. There's some cheaper cases. Corsair 300R, I believe, is another pretty good case. It's about $30-40 cheaper, but this is a good looking case. If you have nice looking components, especially with the black design that we're going with, this is the case I would personally choose. I would personally choose this over the Corsair Air 540 that I'm running now, mainly because it's a smaller case. It's just a really good looking case for that $100 price point. I have seen the R4 for $75-80 if you want to get the older version. I wouldn't hesitate to do that if you can find one. It's really, their Fractal design, their R series are really some good looking cases. And finally the end, Windows 10, because you need Windows 10. I don't care what people say about running Linux or Steam or OS or anything like that. You need Windows 10. That's just how it works if you want to play all the games out there. And if you want to do some video or photo editing, throw some videos up on your Twitch stream or even YouTube gaming, you want to do that, keep that in mind. It's around about $90. I've seen it for $80 and $85 before, but that's what we're going to have to pay right now, is $90. And that's it, guys. That puts that $1,305, a little bit over the budget of the $1,300 budget I originally shot for, but this is a great system. I would personally build this myself if I was looking for a decent gaming system for the next 3 or 4 years. That 980, yes, it's not the 980 Ti that I was originally pushing for, but the 980 for $360 is really the highlight of the system. And if I had the money, I would probably buy that card right now and sell my 780, but I don't, so that's how I would do it. Thanks everyone for watching, and now mentioned in Fallout 4, I'm going to get back to playing some because I have not really got very far in the game so far. I haven't had time to play it. Thanks everyone for watching, and I will see you guys next time.